learning partner. It's our fourth webinar and previous session has been uploaded on our YouTube channel. You will find all the links on chat window and don't forget to subscribe the channel to get the session. So today we have Ms. Saida Nasima Saiful. She is an agile coach and enterprise transformation and working with business agility. She is specialized in leadership, IT governance, communication change management, lean, Kanban, and so on. With her 12 years plus experience, she is working closely with the executive directors and senior management team, as well as the external internal stakeholder at all levels. And she has worked in many different roles also. But not last but not the least, she has also worked in small companies and large one in telecom and financial industry also. So today's session is about 2 hours and obviously interactive session it was. If you have any question during session, you can put on chat box also. She is already with us. Hello, Jolly, you are with us?
Yes, hello, assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, she will describe the session with you. Stay tuned. And now it's your turn, Nasima. You can share.
Thank you, Aliza.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Hello, Bangladesh. This session is all about business agility, leadership, coaching, distributed team. Why I add coaching distributed team with business agility? Because of the demand of current situation of the global health crisis. Everyone is working from home. We don't know when you'll get back to work. So the obstacle can people can face in business agility implementing in their organization is the distributed team. So we'll highlight a little bit of how we can overcome the situation. I will keep all this. I'll accept all the question during the session in chat box. Before you forget, write it down. But I'll keep answering as soon as I'm done with the all the slides. Here is the reason. If you are asking some questions like 2, maybe the answer is in slide 7, then it doesn't make sense. So and the question answer session will be two part. One is based on particularly these slides in business agility, leadership, and coaching distributed team, and then we'll conduct the lean coffee session where you can ask me anything about agile or any Kanban, anything, whatever comes to your mind. I'll be happy to answer. Sounds good? Okay, yes, everyone is mute, so I cannot see. And since I'm sharing the screen, I cannot see any of you. But I will have the access of the chat. So will you please start with that? Where are you from? Can you write on the chat box so that we know where are we from? India, Bangladesh, obviously Bangladesh, Kolkata, Chennai, London, wow. Dhaka. Alaikum Assalam from Bangladesh.
Yeah, you have Canada also. There's someone from Canada.
Yes, Canada, Vera. Toronto, yes, I know you. Here I'd like to add, when I was preparing this presentation, my mind was for Bangladesh only. Not only, but main focus was from Bangladesh. And I want to see business agility in Bangladesh, not only the organization, the large multinational companies, but also at the government sector. If you look at Canada here, even in this COVID-19 situation, pandemic situation, the way our government is handling the situation, they adapt and embrace agile. And Justin Trudeau, he increased the interactive communication with banks and other organizations who can be helpful for in this situation. and you see the result. We are really in a good situation than any other country of the world. So let's move on. Thank you for letting us know where are you from. So I am Enterprise Agile Coach, focusing business agility and enterprise transformation. I help organization to transform like more than 1,000 people to 1,500. Uh, when I used to work for clients, they were like financial industry, telecom, and also nonprofit organization. Besides, I'm a consultant. I love to speak. I train. I facilitated meetup here and in US, and I am also a teacher. So tonight we'll cover business agility, agility domain, operating model, total organization coaching, distributed team, some demographics, follow-up, monitor growth, and a small poll. Then I'll take the question from you, and we'll move to the Lean Coffee session. So best practice was yesterday. Best thinking is in demand today and tomorrow. This is the inspiration. We'd like to adopt agile. We'd like to incorporate business agility in our workplace. So best, everyone is like try to achieve the best of everything. What best mean to you? Write down in the chat box, but do not hit the send button. I am giving you 1 minute. What is your definition is best? Because everybody expectation is different. Everybody's definition of best could be different. Someone can be happy with a minimum, someone cannot be happy with a lot.
Jolly, is that
Yeah.
based on individual aspect or organizational?
uh, we are talking
Okay,
about business agility is organizational. I'm not talking about at this point. Don't think about business agility at your work life, at your organization. For you, what is important at this point? What is best defined for you? Just 1 2 word, no more than 3 words. Wow, 100% from his or her capability. Yeah, you keep hitting your answer. Happy customer, wonderful, doing the right thing, sustainable business. See, the different answer is coming. I can't make or find anything better. Satisfy customer, obviously, faultless. It's hard. Optimum efficiency and effectiveness. Being successful individual and as an organization. Being successful as an individual and as an organization. Then you have to define what successful means to you. It's a huge thing. That's it. Cool. What more coming? Better than yesterday. Absolutely. Higher quality, highest quality. All right. Thank you for participating. Those mentioned about the customer, today's session will be helpful for you because business agility all about customer. Happy customer is totally customer centric, and we'll move on. So business agility is the capacity and willingness of an organization to adapt, to create and leverage change for the customer's benefit. A simple statement exposes the dramatic shift in mind needed for agile organization. This definition has been defined by Business Agility Institute. So our most valuable resource are people, and they need to be loaded with the relevant information to make precise decisions. why I'm talking about precise decision. You can decide anything. You can decide anything, but if it is not precise, if it is wrong, it will take you to the wrong direction. So precise decision is very important. We need new approach to know how we lead and align our people, how we form teams, how we engage with our customer, and how we gather feedback to make decisions. In VUCA world, maybe some of you have heard about this, is a volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So we live in a world that's constantly changing, becoming more unstable each day, where changes are big or small is becoming more unpredictable. Some some people gaze, high spiritual people gaze that COVID is coming, but ordinary people like us, we were not prepared for this. The uncertainties become more difficult to anticipate events or predict how things will unfold. What's going to happen next? We don't know. The complexity, problem, and their consequence are more multi-layered, hard to understand, more complex and complex and complex. Then it's unusual for things to be completely clear, for precisely measurable. Therefore, everything is not black and white. We have to find different shades of grays in between. That means look at the broader picture and attention to detail. We have no room to miss anything. Many of our 100% all the organization know what they're doing. You know what you're doing. You know how to do it, or we know how to do it, but very few of us know why we want to do it or why organization want to do something. This why is very powerful. So tonight this webinar will provide the opening information needed to find out your why to thrive in this modern, uncertain, ever-changing world where we must maintain speed with a constantly changing marketplace, with the technology of today being displaced by the innovation of tomorrow. So business agility and distributed team, both greatly crucial component to each of to reach the constantly changing goal. Why I'm talking about the constantly changing goal? Why goal is not fixed? Because the way market is changing, the way customer needs and demands are changing, similar way the goal is changing. I talked to a leader of a bank last couple of weeks back. Their goal was 4 months back was something, and now it is completely different, totally upside down. So constantly is changing, and organizations that are inspired to adapt business agility at all levels are far more likely to succeed in our increasingly unpredictable, complex, obscure world. Again, chat time. I need your feedback. What business agility means to you before I move forward. There is no right and wrong answer. What you feel. I'd like to see your um, feelings about it. Anything. Again, I'm saying no right or wrong answer. When you're ready, just share. Adapt to customer needs. Absolutely. Sustainable business. Make decision based on the scenario. More. Anything else? Decision on demand. Perfect. So see, decision is important. Customer is important. We take decision based on our customer. Quick response according to change. Absolutely. Chameleon, adapt today, plan for tomorrow. Power to change itself with situation. Adapt quickly with rapid change of market. Ability to shift to market requirement. Amazing. Lots of powerful and good points are coming. cope up with every changes. Anything more? All right, I'll stop here. So business agility, what not? It is not a transformation. It is not a framework, practice, or method. It's not only focused beyond the customer and the market, but also it takes care of inside the organizational culture, system, rules, regulation, and operation. Because to understand definition or to understand the definition is not enough, we all have to understand what it is not, then we can unfold what it is. So business agility help you to embrace the possibilities where we can see there is no hope. Still it will help you to see the possibilities, a journey, and this journey could be long enough, have to be prepared for that one. But if the preparation is good, you'll enjoy the journey thoroughly. Discover the future with the business while responding rapidly and flexibly to customer demand. Change happen productively and cost effectively without compromising the quality. We want everything like as cheap as possible, but we are not ready to compromise the quality. Enable individuals, customer obsessed business, and to more adaptive, creative, and resilient. In this situation, we all are showing how much resilient we are, how much resilient our organizations are. And support to business and engage, enable, and high performing and aligned workforce. Here is some demograph, some report that most significant organization benefit of business agility. So most of the highest number I can see the market success, better way of working, collaboration, and communication. Here in this Bangladesh Agile Community Group, you are very well known about management tree. So I believe you can tell more and share when we'll talk about question answering session. We'll talk more that how we can incorporate these two things together. Here the employee satisfaction 13%. We'd like to see the number is increasing over the period of time, and these data came from 2018, I believe. So customer, the heart of business agility, is no less than the every reason we exist. Every reason, customer. We create things for customer, we run our business for customer, because customer are our buyer and customer let us to make the profit. Keeping customer at the center, around the customer, the domain of business agility consisting of 12 other interacting domain across 4 dimensions. So now we are moving on to the domain of business agility. So what are the 4 dimensions? The one is leadership, then come operation, individual, and relationship. When we are talking about leadership, is one team. We enter organization is a one team. The one country, like a country. A people management is important. Who is the people manager? How they're managing? The strategy of when we are becoming agile, how the leadership direction going based on the strategic agility. Operations, structural agility, process agility, and enterprise agility. Then individualism, you can see the craft excellence, growth mindset, ownership, and accountability. These cannot, like ownership and accountability, everyone individually we have to take it. The excellence, we have to try for our betterment. Every day we'd like to be the better version of ourselves, and we have to have the growth mindset. Okay, I know how to run the computer, that's not enough, we can learn something more. How can you use computer for multiple reasons? It could be anything. And the relationship with the partners, the board of directors, the entire workforce, how the relationship is growing. This is also important. So business agility domain, if you'd like to, I hope you'd love to deep dive and learn more from this link, that is Business Agility Institute. Have them, and it is free. Doesn't matter you have a membership or not, you can access this information for sure. So here the bigger picture at Business Agility Institute, they share customer at the center, board, partners, workforce, and then come the other three: individual, operation, and leadership. So if we deep dive to domains, we get a clear vision, autonomy and delegation of our workforce, of our business. Agile, we can create an agile organization. We can adopt multiple agile techniques, value stream, agile methods, supporting function, growth mindset, obviously, and transparency and sharing, and as a whole, collective ownership. So measuring business agility, broad overview: crawling, walking, running, then flying. This is like natural tendency of a human being. We start with crawling. Some people don't crawl, they start walking. Some people, when they know very good at running, some people love to fly. I cannot fly, but we can travel, right? And when you're crawling, this information also got from the Business Agility Institute. If you go through it, you can learn more, but for now, let's go through a little bit. So when you're crawling, is the all work has an assumed, predetermined, and quantifiable value to the organization in the context of business outcome. Then when we are walking, strategic goals have been incremental checkpoints to ensure that all work align with our organization's goal. Then we are running, all our business outcome have relative targets and regular measures. And we're flying, we all adopt funding models to allocate fund against value stream. We align governance and feedback loops to business outcome at a higher level. Now let's have an overview how organizations are doing, where they are stand in terms of walking. See, the consulting firm, they're ready to run. They're doing pretty good among all of them. Then the information technology is still they're working, they're struggling. Information technology in our bank, in a financial institute, in other IT sector, even IT sector in government, telecom, everywhere. And the financial service and insurance. When we are talking about financial service and insurance, this financial service include mortgage, um, the trading, the stocks, they're up and down and all this, everything this come under this, and they are still just finished their crawling mode and they're ready to walk. The response, the consulting firm, they're doing good. See, their response is the highest in the information technology and the least in the healthcare and education. But at this point, if the survey regenerate, I believe the healthcare will be really in good shape, because the way they are responding at this pandemic situation, amazing. So employees, who the largest company, 26%, they're adapting. Lowest, I can see like 51 to 200. Even the small organization and the largest organization, they both are adapting business agility at the highest level so far. And this is the picture of the a world. You can see North America, even Asia 9%, not bad. Middle Eastern, Europe 16%, South America 6%, Oceania 14%. This is the overall picture based on 2018 survey, how the business agility was then, but I believe the number is increasingly high at this point. So here, the C-level, senior executive, division leader, manager, individual contributor, external partner, consultant. This is the percentage of the way people are adopting business agility. More or roughly, mm, more or less, except the manager, they are 24%. Maybe they can see the highest value out of it. So from business, agile business, or they share the operating model. Now we will be talking about the operating model. So those are working at portfolio level, and those are working only at team level is applicable for both of you. From agile project to agile program, agile product evolution to agile service evolution, they will be the center of agile business change. Change is the vital here. Then agile organizational structure and business operation both has to be, in the bracket, and surrounded by agile people, culture, leadership, strategy, and governance. This model is by agilebusiness.org, but what I suggest you, based on your organization, you know what to keep, what to add, and how to modify. Or maybe your consultant or coaches can help you to do that. Based on the Harvest Business Review, there is some other component in operating model. So in one silo, you can see the agility, you can see virtual team, you can see leaders, de-layering, digital enablement, and obviously customer centric. On the other hand, the culture, strategy, cost effectiveness, growth ambition, and leadership model. When you're talking about virtual, when you're talking about digitally enablement, look at this. At this point, we need the virtual distributed team. We'll talk more. So if we'd like to go a little more into this model that might be helpful, that is the growth ambition and achievable yet stretching ambition, culture, a purpose, and what value will bring that mission to life, a life of organization, life of a workforce, the people working for your organization, and the strategy, a clear articulation of what the business unit and portfolio strategies are and how partners can help you to get there. Cost envelope, like investment in key areas that build competitive advantage. And leadership model, the leaders must execute their role in the company. There's a multiple leadership model, whichever works for which company, they can adapt the way it is. And when we are customer centric, we rally around the customer mission more. Virtual asset high, virtual is assets of high light companies. This is not only like, it could be for anyone. Virtual nowadays, at this situation, everyone is virtual. Then delayering, lower complexity, they are just eliminating the middle management and the mid-level some roles. And agile in terms of mindset, principle, and structure, digitally enabled, cross the entire value chain and get the best value from time, talent, energy of their workforce through the human capital leader. Now, talking about the total organization coaching. This could be new because this is totally, I innovate this one. We do individual coaching, we are aware of team coaching, but in business agility, I would like to emphasize on total organization coaching, every corner at the organization, using your head, heart, and intuition. When using our head, we are observing the world, how the world is doing, because now everything is global. Our customer is not only based on only our country, it could be anywhere of the world, based on logic, reasoning, and future plan. From heart, reaching out to the world, inner life from emotion, memories, and feelings. When we create a product or we come up with something new, that is like purely comes from the heart. And intuition, directly engage with the world instinct, and self-consciousness, immediate, practical, and direct approach. When we are coaching total organization coaching through head, we'd like to achieve, will be more focused, flexible, productive, agile, effective, and responsive. With heart, will be more authentic, empowering, trusted, passionate, collaborative, and connected. And when yours the intuition, will be innovative, dynamic, courageous, and inspiring. Because when we will have courage enough, we will be inspired to do something new, then we'll use our intuition more and more. So now let's talk about the distributed team. During this global health crisis where almost entire workforce is working from home, when organizations are sorry, take when organizations are taking unlimited number of global initiatives, hence distributed team is new norm. And with a certain effort, a distributed team can be set up to work according to the agile principle, ensuring better effectiveness and adaptability to the change. We don't know when we'll get back to work and if situation will be, our workplace will be same as before, but distributed team is the fact for now and for next couple of years. So three things is very crucial in this sector: our mindset, our digital enablement, our interactive communication. If we can focus in these three things, we can we can up I mean remove this obstacle from our system. So mindset means doesn't matter where we are together, we are focused, we are aligned with our organization strategic direction. Then digital enablement, we are flexible using online tool and um, maintaining the internal protocol of the organization. Will be able to adapt new stuff, new tools, and you learn quickly and use them based on our need for the team or the organization. And interactive communication is the key. Doesn't matter we are working different time zone, different countries, different zone, but if we know there's a common ground of communication, how interactively we can do that, that is very important. So when we're forming the team in real life, I mean, when a team is co-located and team is distributed, still we can follow the Tuckman model of forming, storming, norming, and performing. We may be aware of this, many of us, like we are learning about each other, challenge each other, and this time the problem happens, then we remove that obstacle, then start working for with each other and working as a whole. um, um, when the team is performing. Beside this, look at this model, this performance model. If at the very beginning we ask us why I'm here, that answer will lead to the orientation and lead to the build the trust. Then you can ask, who are you? When you are who are you, that means you are curious, you are showing interest, and eventually you find the commonality between the team members. And there is lots of activities in this area, and we build trust for each other. We clarify our goal clarification, what we are doing, then how we'll be doing it, who does what, when, and where. That means at a moment of implementation. High performance, wow, when we'll see that things are going good, we can create lots of moment, and that's the celebration. um, um, Celebration help team to be like as a one. And then we continue. Why we continue? If sometime we need to adjourn here and we move divide it into several groups, and sometime we just continue as the way it is. Because most of the time I have seen the high performing team, they divided into two, or they go along with another team and again start from the beginning. At the end, we are almost end of the session, so follow up and monitoring. We have to engage. no matter what, with the proper mindset, we have to engage, and it is the most of the effort. Then trust. I have to be committed. Without commitment, we cannot achieve the result. Then report, generate the report, what work we are doing, what's the result. Because if ultimately the ROI is going down, the revenue is not generating, then it doesn't make sense, something is wrong. Then evaluate and repeat. So now I'd like to start a poll. There will be 3 questions.
Jolly, yeah, there was a
Yeah.
question from Jia. Can you explain more about the models? And Mr. Jia, can you please tell us
Yes,
which
when
model? Yeah,
just run the poll, and now we'll be
maybe
taking
he.
the question.
Okay.
What's the question, Elisa? The model?
Yeah, about the model, I guess there maybe your personal model that you have innovated. I guess so. That was on that time the question was appeared.
Yeah, will you unmute and talk more, please?
Yeah, hello. Zia here.
Here, hi.
Hello. I was willing to know the business models you have explaining. So,
Mm-hmm.
which model is applicable for whom, and any organizations best practices we do have that adopting this model and have success?
Which model? Operating model?
Operating
I'm
models.
going back. All right. You are talking about this slide?
These two slides, right?
Okay. It is like as a whole. It could be at team level. It could be at the organization level, like program or portfolio level. What is your specific question regarding this slide? It will be helpful for me to clarify more.
My question is that every model has some explanation, like agile, virtual leaders. So, what are the chemistry behind that? And if I'm adopting any model for my organizations, which is better for me, and why should I adopt that thing?
Both. If you look at the all the component, first of all, your organization is agile or not. You're adapting agile and not. Then there is a possibility your team can be virtual. You'll be allowing your team to be virtual. I have heard in Bangladesh, like my cousin brother, he has a home. Last 2 months he's not working. But I know the things he is doing, it is possible to work from home. I have talked to a guy who works for HSBC Bank. He's not receiving our email. He said, okay, we don't have access to email, but we are working from home. How is this possible when a person who is like interacting with customer but no access to communicate with customer? That means digitally enablement, there is an issue here. Customer centric, when we are customer centric, to reach to customer, to make customer happy, we will take every single step. And delayering, that means it's not advisable. I personally I don't know was the right and wrong answer, but according to Harvard Business Review, they said delayering. To delayer, that means like eliminating the middle management or some managerial role, and they are putting agile and scrum master in that role. So there's a hierarchy. The some step you'll see there's no more exist. And let's move this one. And when you're talking about the culture, how you're creating your culture for your organization, what the strategy you are taking for your organization, it could be different for different organization. Here you can differentiate the cost effectiveness. Like everyone want to create a product, but they want to be like cheaper, less price. It's not cheaper, like cost effective. And the growth ambition, every organization, every team, they want to see growth in personal level and professional level. And when I talking about the leadership model, it could be a complete different session on leadership model. If you email me, maybe I can share you more. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, welcome. And I also gonna share you some other links. You don't forget to email me if you want to get a dive on this. All right. So the first full answer is it possible to increase your organization ability through the agile leadership? Yes, absolutely. Wow. Some are still no, some are still maybe. Uh, Study more. You can you can see that you can do it. Oh, wow. Now, okay, now the second one. Do you think you'll be able to identify reduced uncertainty? Absolutely, thank you. Here, at least I can see no. We come the last one. Will your leader be able to secure growth within the organization? Excellent. I'm very hopeful about these people who is joining this session. See, there is no negativity. You'll try at least, and many of you are very certain that you can adapt and you can see some growth, right? Any more question? Now we are taking question. I must say thank you to these amazing people who make it happen in Bangladesh and doing tremendous job to run agile in Bangladesh. Women in agile women in Bangladesh, management tree, whatnot. So I must say thanks to you. And before we move to Lean Coffee, any questions regarding these slides? No more question?
Uh, Nasima, I'm Irfan.
Yes,
I
Irfan
was
bhai.
thinking of what if I do not work in a customer-centric environment, and the team structure is more like uh, a tree. Like you have, like there are only very few people in each layer. So how can your model work for an organization like that?
Irfan bhai, here, whatever you are doing, whatever project you are working, who is getting the benefits out of that?
Investors?
They are your customer then.
Okay.
So
Okay.
customer doesn't mean that who is paying money and getting the stuff, who is getting benefits out of my service or my product.
Okay. So what has happened to high tech authority is we were caught off guard with this lockdown, and most of our officers, actually in my team, the team that delivers service to the investors, they had to, well, actually none of them have a computer in their residence, and plus they had to leave in hurry. So the ones who had their laptops, some of them didn't have those, take those laptops home. So we have ended up with a team spread across the country. One is in Rajshahi, another one is in, I think, Rangpur, another one is in Dhaka, in Agargaon, I am in Mirpur, and we are like spread across the globe. Doesn't make any difference because we cannot get to the office. All we have is a cell phone. And this is actually creating an issue for us in providing the service we wanted to deliver to investors. So, uh, like being in this kind of model is heavily dependent on devices, which probably most of the people just discount from the model, but it is actually an issue. Like if you do not have a device that can render the service, you just cannot. and a lot of works cannot be done with a cell phone. Mm,
Exactly. So at this point, we have to improve our communication. When I'm talking about the interactive communication, it's not about I'm just talking interactively with you. What's the tools we are using for our communication? If we need laptop, we have to get the access of the laptop. The business, usually, if we are talking about here in Canada, usually organization provide laptop for their employees or computer for their employees. When here, for example, a particular organization, everyone has their own laptop provided by their business, the executives or the business or the organization. When they came home, there was an issue like VPN connectivity, bandwidth issue. All these things happen.
yes,
Then right away, the top leaders invest money on this, and you'll be amazed to see within like they invest money, like a big amount of money, to resolve this issue so that employee, each and every single important employee, can get access of the workplace even though they are working from home. At your sector, here a budget should be allocated for your employees. First of all, if we don't have the proper tool, it could be your computer, it could be the apps that we are using. If they're not ready, how we can work? Then
yes,
everything will be useless.
exactly.
So
Okay,
here it is hard to convince the leaders, okay, invest money and do this. Then if I would you, I would like to talk to them, have a conversation,
okay,
um, initiate the dialogues, and try to convince them and show the result that was happening and how you're losing your business.
okay. Thank you.
Because employees are already getting paid, right? And they're not working.
Yes,
It's not like,
that's the
yeah.
beauty of working in a government organization. You can not work and not lose your job, and no one is going to bat an eye. So, no, it's easy.
Yes, when I was preparing presentation, I was like hoping that someone or some top management from Bangladesh government look at this and feel it and implement it for the entire
Yes,
country.
yes,
Because business agility, not for business for the multinational company or the small or medium-sized business, is it can be implemented nationwide for the entire country.
absolutely. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Let's hear what others have to say. The silence was kind of deafening, if you know what I mean. And what I've learned from my experience in the past is, if after a lecture no one is asking any question, that means they did not understand a single word I said. So, if my appeal to everyone, if you have heard her, if you have, if you haven't learned anything, still ask your questions for
Yes,
everyone.
unmute and talk to each other. Let's have
Yes,
a like
yes, please speak
conversation
up.
at our living room.
True. Okay, I'll mute now.
I can see one question here. As someone new to business agility, what online resource would you suggest me to follow? Business Agility Institute. If you are a member, you can access more. Now they reduce our membership like 50% off, $49 plus tax. And if you're not member, still you can learn. There is lots of things over there. Anything else? Any more question? Or we'll start our lean coffee.
Hello,
Yes,
can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, thanks very much. Uh,
Welcome.
this is Maruf. I'm a Google certified digital marketing specialist and trainer.
Mhm.
So it's very pleasure to nice to meet you guys, and thank you so much for conducting this session, Agile marketing leadership. Okay,
You're
so here's okay. Is that hearable?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I am from Bangladesh. Okay, I have a query and some observation regarding this agile leadership. That in my experience, I have been worked more than 5 years in Bangladesh. So I have worked in a local largest company in Bangladesh. So I don't want to mention this company name, but what I learned from this company, the what I observed this company, the company management, they're wearing the same um, clothes, including the MD to the cleaner. They're actually eating the same food. They actually adapt the same technology. They adapt the same culture. Actually, the culture is same, unique from the factory and from corporate office and the suppliers and also the stakeholders. So my question is that the adaptability for agile the management leadership? Number one. So is the company's culture is same from the top management to and some to the lower employee and the laborers who was working in online. Okay,
I mean, top to down.
so okay. The second, my that was my question and query also. The second question is my also is that in the this pandemic situation, some companies and some organizations they are actually surviving. Some companies are surviving. Some companies are struggling. Some startups already they have been fall. Some others ventures they are already doing to some want to something in the future for the society, but sometimes that technology is totally is connected to us. Technology is very important for us. I mean, the digital medias and all the channels, digital channels is very important and very effective for us to minimize the cost and other issues. So, is that if a company or is a venture or if an organization want to adapt this technology and digital transformations and that want to educate the people technologies savvy and centric, so what is the role for that? Is the role for the top management or HR people? So what is the function actually? Who will be take the responsibility to take this adaptation? Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So if the organization is agile, everyone will be accountable for their own share of. In Bangladesh is totally different context. Hard to come out with a specific answer with this complicated situation, but I would say the accountability should be like individual, everyone. This is the second part of your question. And the first part, what you feel about it when you're what's like bothering the most, when organizational culture from top to bottom, the way you address the issue. If you'd in the top position, how you'd react to this situation?
Sorry.
I'm saying that if you like at the top management, like the top leader, how you'd react to this situation regarding your first question.
First question. That means for my first question was actually I work in a company. That company they maintain the same culture. I mean the dress code and the behavior and the food and all the things. Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
good.
more than 1 lakh people actually practicing this type of culture.
Hmm.
This happens almost 20 years.
Yeah. So it's called like teal organization. This is like very friendly family like company, right?
Okay, right.
So this kind of organization they call teal organization.
Okay,
uh, if there is a model, I don't have that model handy. If you look at the model, this organization is highly appreciative, but there is some issue, like sometime delegation of work can be issue, decision making can be issue.
okay,
I believe that you are already facing those stuff, but there is a model, there is a color like amber, green, then come the teal.
okay,
So amber is just opposite of teal. That what you seeing in this organization, opposite of that. All chaos, all problem, all these things. And when we are in middle, we're green, we are mixture of this two. So it takes time to get to a teal color, but is highly appreciative.
Actually, I want to add something with Nasima, if you give me the chance. That it's not
Please.
only a matter of culture or behavior, it's about mindset. That really the organization as well as the people along with them need to be changed their mindset to being agile. It's not only you people, it's only there's a lot of things to be involved to being agile.
Um, Nasima, can I add
Yes, sure,
one
sure,
or two
please.
line? Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks everyone. It's a privilege to join in this team and hear from everyone, including Nasima. There was a question I heard where someone just said during this pandemic time or during this adaptability, who will make the decision, whether HR or individual or top level management. Uh, I can share a quick observation from experience, and that is the end user, is the customer who will help you to guide that decision, how the adaptability will take place. Your customer can be your investor, can be your IT professional, can be your manufacturer, can be your retailer. They can be government, non-government, anybody. But at the end of the day, it's not the organization who will decide, or any specific department of the organization who will decide that what will be the adaptability. Is the recipient, is the customer, or you can call it eventually the recipient group of people, who will tell you that what better way to handle, or what the adaptability of that. So it's not about what tool we should be using, what technology we should be using. Organization should not be concentrating on tools and techniques to find out. Organization should be listening more carefully from the user. What's their current issue during the pandemic or before the pandemic world? Listening to them, understanding their pain points, understanding what competitors are offering, and based on that, they develop a quick, faster, and adaptive mode of coming up with the right solution and engagement for that. And only when you have those all uh, adaptability or messaging clarified to you, then the right tool, right technique, and right thing will add up. So tools, techniques, terminologies, those things will be the supporting point for an organization. However, listening, the most important part from your end user, is the most critical part of adaptability. And because customers need and changes, and their preference, expectation, lifestyle, their expectation constantly changing. So more we hear those changes, the better we can adapt. And tools and technology will only come to support them. That's just my personal thought. Thank you.
The top leaders will listen not only the users but also the employees. Also
For
the
sure,
employees.
it's a cross collaboration
Yeah.
among the organization. For sure. Thanks.
Thank you so much for your contribution. If anybody want to speak and ask question in Bangla, I still remember Bangla. I
Thank you
still
so
talk
much.
in Bangla.
Thank you so much for I got my answer. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Yeah. Any more question regarding the slides? Any comments or anything you'd like to share at this point? No, I can see only 2 attendees in the lean coffee table. Will you have the opportunity to access the link and join, please? Everyone, you can unmute and we can talk to each other. Do you use lean coffee at your organization in Bangladesh? Anybody had the opportunity to use it? You can type in the chat box. Yes, no. Those who already joined, you can see that there is a, let me share my screen. So those who have already joined the board, you can start typing your question here. You can type your question in Bengali, in English, doesn't matter. In this middle box, whatever you type and just type it and just click enter. Great question. I feel a lot. Yes, everyone, you can see there is a like 3 dot by your name. These are, you can use 3 vote, maximum 3 vote. You're allowed to use. Type anything, guys. Do not hesitate. What do you mean coaching distributed team? Okay, I'll give 2 more minutes to type your answer. Then we'll sort our card. We have 25 seconds left. I can see you have lots of vote available. At this point, I'll request you to use your vote. Even I can vote. All set? Audience.
I guess so.
Yeah, audience, please unmute everyone. We'll be talking to each other now. Now we all will be talking to each other. Trust me, it will be lots of fun.
I guess there's maximum vote goes to what you feel in the impact of the COVID-19 in Israel.
Yes. Let's start this. Okay, here this one got the top vote. Fear, the risk of taking decision, being agile, and fear of being blamed stop us mostly to be agile. Whose question is this? Tell us more. So fear of risks of taking decision, being agile. That means my understanding is you have fear that you should adopt agile or not, right?
I think it will be fearless. Then the statement will be okay for this. Fearless. Because
Hello,
being as that I need to be fearless.
Yes.
am I
I have.
audible?
Yeah,
It's
you
Mahbub
are.
John. Yeah. Well, it was my question actually.
Hi, Mahbub.
Uh,
Would you like to tell us a little more, please?
okay. Actually, we are here to practice being agile, but in our organizations or in our life, what we fear mostly is being blamed or taking the risk of taking new decisions, right? Suppose a new situation arises today, and we are taking a decision. We have to take a decision by now or within some time. So we fear that whether my decision is right or wrong, and in organization, we fear that we might be blamed to take the decision if I get wrong in the end, and that's how I thought to practice being agile is the risk is there,
Mahbub,
being blamed, the
actually,
fear of being blamed, right?
risks is not
Yeah.
there. When you are agile, you are not taking a decision all by yourself. You are taking decision with your team all together. When we do that, there is like less chance, opportunity, and possibility of being blame only one person. When we do planning meeting, increment meeting, and other meeting, facilitation happening within the organization, like where is our MVP, when we just try to find out our MVP, all that kind of meeting, what we do, we encourage every single stakeholder be there in that meeting so that we can take decision
Yeah.
collectively. Maybe only one decision came from your top leaders that now we want organization to be agile. When we are in the process of adapting agile, practicing adapting agile, accepting the methodology of agile, then we are practicing that we are not taking decision alone. We have to create a culture where everyone will be present in the meetings. This is most of the organization face problem at the beginning. People do not want to participate. People do not want to be on time. People feel someone is micromanaging them. And then that's become challenging that you can bring everyone to the meeting or to the ceremony or not. But when we all together, nobody will take decision alone. Even product owner, they will give the top 5 3, like based on the priorities, the stories that this thing need to be done, right? But collectively, scrum master and the entire team, or the convert coach and the team, all together take the decision. Am I clear?
Yes, you're clear.
Anybody else would like to
Yes,
share your experience, please?
yes, yes. Excuse me. I'm Ashik.
Hi, Ashik.
Are you hearing me? Yeah. Thank you. That I am in Ira Infotech Limited. It's a software company. So we are facing some problem when we are transforming agile. That the main problem is we import the team. All are attending the meeting and they are all participating too. But from the old culture, we have found some issues like there was a boss in previous days who was making the decisions and it pushed to the team. So it's a long days culture was following like uh, almost all the team members are following this type of situation from 7 8 years. And when we are asking them to be agile and them teaching them or coaching them to be agile, so we're facing the problem that uh, they're talking, they're participating, but at a certain period, boss is overriding all the opinions. That is the real scenarios is happening when you are going to transform there. All that come towards one step, two steps. When the boss come toward one step, all go back
Mm-hmm.
because boss decision is the last one. And still now we are having our annual confidential reporting or some other things. Everything is hidden that we don't know what is yearly evaluation happening. That is to top management and managing with boss. So that have some problem. People feel risk about their position, about their yearly increments, about their progress when they are uh, take participant against boss decisions. Like they think that is better, or team thinks that is better. Think team may propose, but boss just overriding it. So that is the real scenario from my experience. So please, if you add some lines in this issue.
Sure. You know what, Ashik? This situation every organization face at the beginning if they are not born agile. You know which companies are born agile? Like for some startup company, when they start their company, they have the mindset we'll start as agile company, agile organization. Their mindset is different. But when a running organization transform to agile organization, then this kind of things can happen, and which is obvious. Here is the things. You know how many years does it take to transformation take place? Anybody?
It's
Oh,
depend actually.
It
It's
depends.
depend.
From
Yeah, as a culture of the organization as well as the mind of the mindset of the people who are working with this. If I
all
think
right.
this is it's something like
Mm-hmm.
um, open course principle. Like I am extend for my rule, but close for accepting the others. Something like that. Our organization is something follow this principle. I guess so.
Exactly. But when it's about Canada, the most of the transformation I'm working with, they predicted it could be 5 to 7 years. But 4 to 5 years already gone. Still, I can see another 5 to 7 years it may take. Nobody else is like being pure agile yet. Nobody. So this kind of situation is okay. We have to have accept it with an open mind. And what we will do over the period of time, take patience and start coaching. Here, coaching will show its beauty. Executive coaching gonna take place at this situation so that someone can make executives understand that what the proper way of doing agile. But here another problem, the security of job and all these things. So the proper coaching has to be handled with tremendous care, and it is doable. Eventually, just keep patience. You'll see the difference, or your everyone when the boss will get the confidence on their employee that yes, because why is stopping him to delegate the decision authority to the employees? Why the team member? Because maybe somewhere he has a fear, maybe the team member is not taking the best decision like he or she could take. So when this obstacle will remove from his heart, things will be changed.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Anything else anybody want to add or want to know on this card? These kind of things happen in Canada, US, anywhere.
But
Another
I
fun
think
part.
it is easy for the startup to being more agile rather than a established organization to being agile.
Exactly, because mindset change now, it takes lots of effort to change the mindset. Okay, we'll kill the topic. Finish topic. Wow. Now the question regarding uh, what you feel is the impact of COVID-19 in agile. What I feel, I will share my feelings and I would like to hear your feelings as well. Done. Whose question was this?
Hi Nasima, it's my question from Ramanathan from India.
Hi, Ramanat. Yes, my feelings is agile space COVID-19 make us more resilient and it unlocked our potentiality. How much a coach can do, how much a community can support each other, COVID-19 teaches. During this situation, my feelings is very positive. And here is how. I got lots of me time at lockdown situation. There I spent lots of time in my research work, my pending work that I couldn't able to complete in last 1 year because of I had some other health challenge and other issues. Number one. Number two, I connect with lots of friends in agile community, not only in Canada but around the globe. We being a team of coaches, we build up some plan, some strategy how we can move our training from in person to online. And when I will train someone online, it will be as interactive as anyone else, trust me. So we work on innovation, we work on design thinking. uh, yes, there is a stress what going to happen, but if all the time I keep thinking I will die, I will die, I will die, then I'll be dead before I'm really dead. So let's keep it apart. I will not die until God want me to die. Let's concentrate on the real life, focus on my top priority that I can do at this COVID situation. This is my another feelings. Fear was there, not for me, for my children, for my two girls. All the time I was scared for them. My parents who lives in Bangladesh, I'm scared for them. My other relatives, that's the fear part. That means I love them a lot, right? That's why I feel the fear and the pressure. But now things like I forget the things pre-COVID situation was the past. Definitely it's not gonna coming back. This is the situation. We have to move along with this. We have to take it as it is. Every time we are talking, we are breathing. This is our blessings. I am feeling more gratified of my every single breath. Even during these sessions, I felt sad when I saw that someone stepped out because someone has died. So this is the scenario. As long as we are together, talking, interacting with family, no matter where we are blessed. So the overall impact as a human being, I can see a massive change within me. I can let go lots of things. I can ignore lots of problem or fault that maybe previously I couldn't. I let people be on themselves, whichever works for them, and I set my boundary, and I'm happy for the way I am. And also another thing I would like to add, the last bit, um, when I work the way that tomorrow I'll die for sure. So I wanna leave something this for this world that gonna be example for my daughters who is looking at me all the time copying me. And kind of mixture of, the rationalism, emotions, and love, fear, uncertainty, a cocktail. Anybody else?
Actually, this topic rotation just address some emotional attachment along with our daily work. I think so. People losing focus actually. And I don't know you have noticed or not. One of our attendants, friend already died for corona. He's just put the message and leave the
Yeah, I just mentioned,
webinar.
yeah.
So
So
we are just losing our focus actually with this emotional attachment.
exactly. So at this situation, organization, the top priority, what it should be employees' mental health beyond anything, even they're agile or not. Employees' mental health. This is the moment we are showing real empathy. Is a very important skill for every single agilist. It's a very crucial soft skill. Show empathy for your the people near you. It could be your colleague, it could be your family, it could be anyone, isn't it?
Yes, this will work in this pandemic situation. A simple word that will relieve your stress or feel you are showing our gratitude to the teams or our leaders, something like that.
I'd like something more. Like when I was like first 2 weeks was very crazy for me, very crazy for me. I was like feel like oh no, my God, what's happening? What I start meditation. I am praying more. Even I'm praying tahajjud. It helps like magic. I ran a meditation group with some other people who gave the feedback after 21 days. They all get benefited out of that. So when you know your problem, you can work on your problem.
I
That's
would just like to put a point here, and the reason bringing this topic is like this might bring a other side or facet of business, because you see the industries which is more than a normal living, that is in a luxurious segment or whatever. If you see that, that has gone a lesser traction these days. For example, any cosmetic industry, be it anything that is considered to be luxurious, automotive, or anything that you rest apart except your regular course of living. For example,
Mm-hmm.
your fast-moving consumer goods that is perishable, which you afford to eat, food, shelter, and even I say shelter is itself is like getting a big hit. People are fine with whatever the shelter that they have, but you go for hotels, they are getting a big hit because of the community spread. And aviation, again, a massive downfall for aviation industry. You don't have that business at all, and that affects the entire business. And then it will transform and hit the whole agility in terms of business. Till the last developer who works for it will get affected, because there is no primary business. And how come you would get the people employed in that particular setting? And that's the room for all the layoffs and stuff. So let's hear from others, so that like it would add a value for another 10 seconds or 20 seconds.
Anyone else want to share? When we look at the stock market, we can see the real picture, exactly what's going on. You really mentioned some important thing about the aviation industry and the cosmetic products. Yes, people learn to live with minimum. People are learning eventually. I heard the same thing from many people.
but the situation teaches a lot. It's like there's come some agility too. As a personal experience, like a few days ago, 15 days, I don't know enough about the COVID happening, about the patients situations. But like my one of elder brother just get positive. So I think I start thinking, or as happening around me, that is totally different. Like few 7 days ago, I just asking or discussing with my teams. That is how to be safe from them. But now I learned a lot of things, how to manage the patients, how to manage the situation, and if we have some feel some difficulties. So now today I discuss with my colleagues on teams that how we can manage it. Okay, it's maybe positive. We have to live with it because we are already in. So it's not coming. It's already came. Uh,
Exactly.
that's actually happening. So there is changing is happening every days, and we adapting the situations, and we are learning. We're taking decisions for the next day. So
Thank you.
my
Thanks
thanks.
for
Thank you.
sharing. Thanks for sharing. So move to the next one. Business agility, new to Bangladesh. What's your suggestion for us? How do you start? If I would you, I would start with like mindset. Before I used to manage project from a project management manager mindset. Quickly I get rid of this one because I personally do not like to direct people, tell people what to do this kind of thing. I personally, I cannot do it. Neither I like someone told me what I need to do, nor I will direct anyone. So agile is personally is like very close to my heart. Before thinking of business agility, think about how agile I am. Transform myself first, then be part of the team, and then embrace the business as agility throughout the organization. Is if you want to learn more about in terms of study or explore more, business agility institute one of the good resource. You can be member of them, or even you are not member of them, still there is a plenty of information there. You can deep dive, you can attend seminar. There is a lots of meetups and conferences, lots of things going on around the world. Go there, talk, because when we are talking, we are not getting something from the book, we are sharing our perspective. Everybody perspective is different. You learn, you hear, you come up with your own one that works best for yourself and your organization and your workplace, even at your home. So starting will be from you, and starting study purpose. Not, I would say, not only read the book on business agility, read the book on various topics. For example, if you have a particular issue with the team building, you have particular issue with something else like leadership, deep dive on this, like find out your gap and fill up that gap. That is my point of view when I want to start something new. So start with a pure heart, with a pure mindset, with your head, with your heart, with your guts, and you'll be able to reach there. Anything else that you want me to cover?
Actually, I want to add with you, there is a agile set of principle actually. So after certain study and practice, one can pick what will really work for me actually. So there's only one rule: study, and the practice for being agile.
Exactly. And when you are practicing, do not look at the result that you have to be perfect. Fail first, learn first, fail first, learn first, and transform the way is possible that when you're failing, you're not falling off a lot. You know, you're not hurting yourself a lot. What else I can suggest?
Anyone can edit anything. Don't think about the question.
Yeah. Actually, the beauty of business agility is like when you'll be coming to your workplace, you love your workplace. People scared of Monday when our organization will be business agile organization, they won't be scared of Monday anyway. They'll be loving their Mondays. They're loving their colleagues. You know, for me, my colleagues, my workplace is like my second home. I don't know. We have still a couple of minutes left.
I
Eliza,
think
you'd
we
like
can go for another.
to see? We can move this one. Yes, we can.
Okay. Let's we can
What
take another cut, and we can if there are any no question, and we can finish our session today, I guess so. What do you think?
exactly?
Yeah.
Sure. What is a bottom up? No, it wasn't the one.
I don't
Okay,
think
let's
that
take it. What is a bottom up agile leadership approach? Bottom up leadership approach. Whose question was this?
Assalamu alaikum everyone. It was me. It's my question. My name is Monir Hussain from Bangladesh, Dhaka.
Hi, Munir. So your question is, what is bottom up agile leadership approach?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know. If you ask me about the leadership approach, I don't see bottom up or up down, top down. I can see like in a same level everyone. In agile approach, leadership approach should be like customer focus. Also, you a scrum master agile know how to protect their team, how to create the balance between the stakeholders, product owner, and between the developers.
I can add some information
Please.
on this card. Basically I know
Please.
Mr. Monir. So his main thought is basically in our country, a country like Bangladesh, now where actually the mid-level managers or team leaders or architect level peoples, these peoples are actually more enthusiastic, right, about doing agile or being agile or implementing new frameworks, right? But the problem is with higher level management, especially the CXO levels. So basically 90% of our IT organizations are led by finance people, right? Not tech people like Google or Microsoft, Apple, right? So those persons are not actually, they don't have that much leadership capability to adapt with this situation or these practices and these thoughts also. So that's why this question may come here, that how can we move with this bottom up as a leadership approach? Yes, we are leader also. We have got the knowledge of agile and we are practicing agile, but how to move it from bottom to up?
Thank you for clarifying the question. The way my understanding is, the way I understand the question, it is introduce executive coaching. Because executives are not buying agile, it is not problem of Bangladesh, it is problem of even in the first world country. Maybe the percentage is not as big as Bangladesh, but it used to be where like exactly like this when we started agile here in these countries, in the big organizations. And the plus point is when some leaders want to be agile, that is easier. But trust me, I have seen leaders, they want to be agile, but they don't want to adopt agile. There is things called doing agile and being agile. If you Google this one, you can understand that what the leaders are doing, your leaders is doing in this situation. They are doing agile, they are being agile. So leadership coaching could be introduced in your organization. You can learn more, learn more. If you need some other um, resource regarding this, feel free to send me an email. Maybe I can share. I don't have anything handy right now. Sounds good?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for
Welcome.
the answer.
We have almost 15 minutes left. Let's see how many. Maybe we can cover all three. I don't know. So what do you think as the biggest challenge for company to show business agility? And what could be the solution for the change? Whose question is this?
Hi, Appa, this is my question. This is Mahmoud.
Sure. Hi, Mahmoud. You know, this challenge could be vary from organization to organization based on the size, based on the industry, based on their leadership style. I can see the biggest challenge could be the fear of investment and what they will get in return from out of this investment. That means the leaders may think, okay, what will get out of this business agility? If they feel the essence, the beauty, the benefits out of this, it will be easy for them to adapt it. And mindset is the first challenge. I want it or I don't, isn't it?
The first rule is always be a mindset. I need to change my mindset for this.
Absolutely.
I need, yeah, there's only one thing, there's just mindset. Second thing is learning. And fourth thing is, the third things will be practice. I want to practice more and more.
Another important thing, that judgment thing. We won't judge. Even we are trying, we're failing, we won't judge each other. If we like, you try something, you get it wrong, you get punished, what will happen? Nobody will ever try to take any initiative ever. And if someone is trying, they should have enough resource of learning, you know, they have that picture has to be clear. The learning here is like 30% and 70% is you, how you're implementing it. And how you're implementing it, there is like half of them is your mindset and half of them is how you're being like persistence doing so. Today, where I am, believe me or not, I have seen lots of potholes in my journey. Lots of potholes. It's not an easy path. It's not an easy journey. It could be a long journey, but it's sustainable.
I need to open up my mind for take all the criticism, all the gratitude, all the negative thought, everything.
Anything else? Yes,
I
nothing
think the
personal,
question has
purely
been called.
business.
Yeah, it's covered. Yeah, most of the part
Yes,
has been
covered.
covered. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
So here, you know, nothing personal, purely business.
Sure.
The next question, how can we define an organization is agile? Without agility, lots of organizations are doing good too. If your organization is doing good, that do not need to consider agile. But you said organization is doing good. You will adapt agile for organization so that their organization can do better and can reach the optimum. I mean, reach the best way possible. Nothing wrong to try. And an agile organization, to me, I can see its metrics can be different for a different person. For me, the continuous delivery is happening. Employees are happy. All the teams are doing, failing together happily, overcoming from that failure, doing even next time, doing even better, continuously delivering, continuously moving, continuously improving. That is an agile organization. Anybody else agree with me or disagree with me?
It's nothing about agree or disagree. Actually, what is really work for me, that's the matter.
Absolutely. Perfect. So as your question has been answered.
Who chose this question actually?
Whose question was this? Maybe they left. Let's move it, Eliza, right?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, we have 8 minutes left. That's it. We're pretty much on time.
I think let's pick the question. What do you mean coaching distributed team?
Where is that? Okay, it's the last one. Okay, I picked one. Let's answer it quickly. Then we'll go that one. How agile can help us in the pandemic situation? Agile is responding to change quickly and rapidly. The more you'll be responsible, the more you'll be adaptive, the more you'll see the beauty of being agile. It's not about pandemic situation or not. It's about how we react at any situation, any complex situation in this ever-changing world. I can see agile really can help. Whose question was that? Okay, I'm moving to this question. Eliza requested to talk about the coaching distributed team. Whose question was this? Coaching distributed team. Let me answer my question. Whose question was this? And if he or she is not here, I would like to answer it what coaching means. Coaching is different than training. Coaching is different than mentorship. Coaching is different than teaching. Coaching is find out the best within yourself. Unlock the potentiality. When we are working with distributed team, usually we do coach people one-on-one, but when we are talking about team-based coaching, distributed team face the maximum problem. Problem regarding interaction, communication, focus. They are not aligned. Their focus is a different direction. Here, coaching can help. You can have training together, but coaching, you can pick one-on-one coaching for each member. And eventually, like everyone capacity is not same. Everyone's learning capability is not same, but it's still everyone can push their capability to optimum level, right? Coaching helps that one to find out the best of yourself. Is my question answered?
Yes, I think so. But whose question? Who picked the question actually?
Maybe the left actually.
Okay. Anyone one
Anyone want to add to this topic? So when team is co-located or distributed, team is team. If we set our mindset, we are together, we are a team, we are working from the same reason, we align with organizational strategic goal, we have integrity. So that helps. This kind of beautification or benefits can bring within your distributed team through coaching. Can I move, Eliza, these things?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes left, and I can see 3 cards without question. Agile Bangladesh. Congratulations, Agile Bangladesh. You are doing awesome. Security testing. Technical question. We can have another session for security testing. And a Scrum methodology. This is very close to my heart. Scrum methodology. And I can see in this session there is lots of Scrum trainer available for you to help out with these things.
And it's not a 2-hour session actually. We need a lot of things
Exactly.
to cover for the
Yes,
Scrum.
we can go for a high level overview of Scrum methodology, but Scrum itself is a 2-day session. Everyone knows that. It was lots of fun. We have 3 minutes left. Eliza, now.
Yeah. Is there anyone added something without this card? I think Nasima can allow us for this. Asking
Thank you
anything.
so much for being with us till the end.
So now we are going to wrap up our session, and thanks all for joining with us, as well as Nasima also for this wonderful interactive session. I enjoy it a lot, and I believe it's a new thought for us. And our recorded session will upload on our YouTube channel within few hours. Thanks again. Stay safe and good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.